Heartbreak is tough. In fact, research shows that it can be as painful as physical injury. One study found that heartbreak can trigger the same brain areas as physical pain, and it's even linked to a drop in immune function. But here's the good news: you can get your confidence back. It's not just about time healing the wound, but about taking active steps to rebuild yourself from the inside out. Did you know that 70% of people who experience a breakup report a boost in personal growth afterward? That's right, some of the most resilient people have been through heartbreak. It's a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. You may not feel it now, but that's exactly what you'll learn how to do in this video. We'll dive deep into strategies that will not only heal your heart but also rebuild your self-worth. You'll discover why dating yourself first is essential, how letting go of the past frees you, and why confidence is the key to attracting healthier relationships. By the end of this, you'll realize that your best self is waiting to emerge, stronger and more confident than ever. Stick around, because the first step to regaining your confidence starts right here. Chapter 1: Shattered, but not broken. The first step to healing heartbreak feels like the end of the world, but it's really just the beginning of something new. The first step after a breakup is to allow yourself to feel the pain. Acknowledging your emotions is key to healing. Don't try to rush through the sadness or pretend it doesn't hurt. Studies show that suppressing emotions can actually slow down your recovery. Instead, let yourself cry, vent, or just sit with your feelings for a bit. You may feel broken, but you're not. Research from the University of California found that heartbreak can lead to profound personal growth. It's like a reset button for your emotional life. Taking time to process everything gives you a clearer mind for what's to come. Don't feel guilty for grieving. As author Brené Brown says, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. A major part of the healing process is self-compassion. Treat yourself like you would a friend going through a tough time. Be gentle with your thoughts and avoid self-blame. Remember, healing isn't linear, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's okay to take it one day at a time. This chapter is all about embracing where you are emotionally and giving yourself permission to heal. Chapter 2: From Victim to Victor, Reclaiming Your Personal Power. Once the emotional storm settles, it's time to regain your power. Shift your mindset from feeling like a victim to embracing your inner victor. A breakup is not a sign of weakness. It's actually an opportunity to rediscover who you are and what you want out of life. Research shows that post-breakup, people often experience a rise in resilience. You faced the worst, so now you know you can handle anything. Rebuilding your confidence starts with changing the story you tell yourself. Instead of saying, "I'll never be good enough," shift it to, "I'm learning, growing, and becoming stronger every day." Positive self-talk is proven to increase self-esteem and help you bounce back faster. Breakups don't define you. They refine you. One powerful strategy is to write down your strengths and achievements. You might be surprised by the list you create. Celebrate the victories, big and small, that you've had in your life so far. You might not see it now, but this is your time to grow into the best version of yourself. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, overcoming adversity makes people more confident and self-reliant. So, think of this as a personal evolution. Take control of your life by setting new goals. Maybe it's getting back into an old hobby or learning something completely new. Setting small, attainable goals boosts your self-esteem. As motivational speaker Tony Robbins says, the only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. Remember, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Chapter 3: Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Rebuilding Your Self-Worth. Now that you're emotionally recovering, it's time to rebuild your self-worth. Confidence isn't just about feeling good on the outside, it's about recognizing your value on the inside. The mirror exercise is a great way to start. Stand in front of a mirror every day and repeat affirmations like, "I am worthy of love and respect," or "I am enough." It sounds simple, but research from Harvard shows that affirmations can help reduce stress and boost self-esteem. Another strategy to rebuild self-worth is practicing self-care. When you feel down, it's easy to neglect your needs. However, caring for yourself physically and emotionally is a powerful way to restore your confidence. Whether it's eating healthy, exercising, or meditating, self-care acts as a reminder that you deserve to feel good. According to a study from the Journal of Health Psychology, self-care is directly linked to increased emotional well-being. A big part of rebuilding self-worth is recognizing that your value isn't tied to anyone else's opinion of you. It's easy to feel less than when you've just experienced rejection, but you are not defined by one person's inability to see your worth. Consider journaling about the things you love about yourself. Write down your positive qualities and talents. This exercise helps to shift your focus away from past hurts and brings your strengths into the spotlight. Lastly, it's important to surround yourself with people who lift you up. Research suggests that your social circle has a significant impact on your confidence. If you're surrounded by supportive, positive people, you're more likely to feel good about yourself. It's okay to distance yourself from toxic relationships that bring you down. Choose to be around those who genuinely care about you. After all, happiness is contagious, and so is confidence. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get more strategies for building your confidence after heartbreak. Chapter 4: Date Yourself First, the secret to finding love within. Before you jump into a new relationship, take the time to date yourself. After a breakup, it's tempting to look for someone else to fill the void. But finding love within is the first step to rebuilding your confidence. The best relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. According to therapist and author, Dr. Sherry Campbell, the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have. Dating yourself doesn't mean being alone forever. It's about learning to enjoy your own company, to appreciate your passions and quirks. Start by engaging in activities that make you feel good. Whether it's traveling, painting, or trying a new hobby, make it a point to invest in yourself. Research shows that when people prioritize their own happiness, they're more likely to attract positive, healthy relationships in the future. One powerful strategy for dating yourself is creating a self-date ritual. Once a week, do something just for you. Treat yourself to a nice dinner, take a solo walk in the park, or binge watch your favorite show. In a study by the University of California, people who regularly spent quality time alone showed greater levels of happiness and personal growth. Dating yourself allows you to reconnect with who you are, which is essential for building a healthy foundation for future love. Also, make time for self-reflection. Ask yourself what you truly want in a relationship, and more importantly, what you won't settle for. This clarity helps you set boundaries and enter future relationships with confidence. As author and motivational speaker Iyanla Vanzant says, you have to be strong enough to let go and wise enough to wait for what you deserve. Dating yourself is a way to give yourself the gift of clarity and self-love. Chapter 5: Breaking Free from the Past, How to Let Go of What No Longer Serves You. The next step in regaining your confidence is letting go of the past. Holding on to old wounds can prevent you from moving forward. But releasing the past isn't always easy. According to a study published in Psychological Science, people who practice forgiveness experience a significant decrease in stress and anxiety. It's not about excusing the hurt, but rather freeing yourself from its grip. One helpful strategy is to write a goodbye letter to your ex. In this letter, express everything you never said. Write down your pain, your anger, and your hopes for moving on. Then, when you're ready, tear it up or burn it. This symbolic act can provide emotional release and closure. Studies show that expressive writing helps people process difficult emotions more effectively. Another strategy for letting go is reframing the breakup. Instead of seeing it as a failure, view it as a valuable learning experience. Reflect on what the relationship taught you about yourself and what you want in future relationships. Reframing painful experiences this way helps you shift your perspective. As author Mark Manson says, what you choose to focus on becomes your reality. Also, try creating a mental declutter ritual. Clean out your social media accounts and remove reminders of the past. Deleting photos, texts, and anything that triggers painful memories can help you create emotional space for new experiences. A study by the American Psychological Association shows that removing emotional triggers helps reduce stress and speeds up emotional recovery. The key to moving on is understanding that your future is not bound by the past. By letting go, you're not forgetting, you're allowing yourself to heal and grow. A fresh start begins with releasing what no longer serves you, so you can make room for new opportunities. Chapter 6: The Confidence Magnet, Attracting the Love You Deserve. Confidence is magnetic. When you work on building your self-worth and healing your heart, you begin to radiate an energy that attracts the right people into your life. Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about embracing your imperfections and showing up authentically. According to a study by the University of Texas, people who exude confidence are seen as more attractive and charismatic. To attract healthy relationships, start by setting strong boundaries. Knowing what you will and won't tolerate is essential for attracting people who respect you. Boundaries create an environment where mutual respect and love can flourish. Author Dr. Henry Cloud, in his book Boundaries, says, "Good boundaries are the key to a healthy and happy life." Setting clear expectations from the start ensures that you don't settle for less than you deserve. Another essential aspect of becoming a confidence magnet is practicing vulnerability. It may sound counterintuitive, but being open and honest about your feelings actually strengthens your connections with others. According to Dr. Brené Brown, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection, trust, and intimacy. When you allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are, you draw people who can love you for the person you really are. It's also important to remember that confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about owning your worth without needing validation from others. When you're secure in yourself, you naturally attract people who appreciate you for who you are. The more you believe in yourself, the more others will believe in you, too. As you continue to rebuild your confidence, you'll notice that you start to attract healthier relationships that align with your values and goals. The love you deserve begins with the love you give yourself. Confidence is not just a trait, it's a lifestyle. With each step you take towards becoming your best self, you get closer to the love that mirrors your own self-respect. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to boost your confidence and learn how to live your best life after heartbreak.